People deluded, I'm back again. Arsenal 5, Bournemouth 1. I challenged us to get anything from 4 to 6 points in this game week. We've got 3 points. Now it's just a case of trying to get 6 against Spurs, who are actually losing 2-0 to Chelsea at this moment in time as I make this video. United, Chelsea and Arsenal all look to be winning, so top 4 is still there. Mkhitaryan played a blind and he's probably the first name on the team sheet in regards to Spurs. I say that obviously with a lot of euphoria after the game. Mesut Ozil goal and assist ran the show. Solid from start to finish. The only blip is obviously that we conceded a goal 3 minutes after scoring our second. Mkhitaryan scored in the 27th. Little spoiler. Obviously, I think it's Muse. I can't say his name. Scored in the 30th. But we did what we needed to do. Going into the game, obviously, we've had a lot of games now, obviously, with the Europa League and the midweek games that have been coming, and games in the Premier League at this time are just coming thick and fast. So you saw 6 changes. I actually didn't mind the changes. Common sense would tell you we need to be smart with our squad, to be fair with you. I wouldn't say I was shocked to see Mkhitaryan play because he's been one of the on-form players, but I was thinking he's probably a nailed-on one to play against Spurs. I know Emery has been surprising us this season, but you see what I'm saying? Jenkinson came into the side. Lichtsteiner, Xhaka and Maitland-Niles all three are being rested as precautions. Like I said, Ozil's coming into the side. You expect Bournemouth to sit against us, so Ozil was going to play. We need to take points, both as loss prevention going into the game, obviously, with the Spurs result, or with that Spurs result being unknown until Saturday comes. So, yeah. From an Arsenal perspective, sorry people, I'm just glancing at the game, but from an Arsenal perspective, I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better start. Historically, this season, we've been slow starters and we started fast. I didn't know what it was with Bournemouth. I felt what I saw from the first 5 to 10 minutes, maybe even 15 at a push from Bournemouth wasn't what I would have seen. Fair enough, it's away from home, but I feel they were sitting back too much. They were resigned to defeat. We would get from the first whistle, we're getting in behind. Mkhitaryan showed a sign of things to come when in the second minute, I think he had a tame effort or he couldn't sort his footing out, something like that. But literally, a minute later in the third minute, Ozil scores for us. His lovely play from Kolasinac, Kola to slip him in initially. So a good finish from Mesut Ozil. I mean, Burak could have done better for a couple of the goals we scored, but we'll take that. It's 1-0 at this moment in time. And like I said, we're cutting them open. They're just sitting back and disrespecting us. You could see our boys were enjoying it. How many of our players did you see in the opposition's area? Obviously, we're playing 3 at the back, so Jenkinson could have a bit of fun. Felt Jenkinson had a good game. Socrates is telling people to cross it early. Like, none of our players really enjoyed the game today. Obviously, Guendouzi will get onto that, but Guendouzi was spraying passes, as was Torreira. For me, Ozil and Mkhitaryan, the pick of the bunches. We're up for it, essentially, people. Ake's clearance denied us from a second early on, shortly after scoring our first. I felt Kola and Mkhitaryan were linking up well, and as they showed in that example, doing their thing. It's too easy. Guendouzi, you know he loves to take a million touches. He's getting to dribble. Kola and Mkhitaryan and Ozil look up for it. Want to see a bit more from Aubameyang, to be fair with you, but we look up for it. Jenkinson's down for this. He's putting in a couple clamping challenges, and it just looks within the first 15 minutes that Bournemouth are going to just be resigned to defeat. And I'm looking at it now and thinking, Arsenal, we need to score again. We need to score again. We need to score again. Almost forgot to say in the 8th minute, we obviously scored our second. Mkhitaryan taking advantage of, obviously, who was it? I think it was Adam Smith. He got caught playing a square pass in the midfield. We intercepted it. Ozil, lovely composure to play Mkhitaryan back, and them two are very good technicians. So yeah, first 15, obviously scoring in the 8th and the third, two quick goals essentially. I've made a mistake there. No, I don't know why I said that, people. What I meant to say is we had an opportunity within the 8th minute where Mkhitaryan could have scored, but I've kind of spoilt it. So like I said, man, we'll get onto that goal. But first 15, we're all over them. They're not really at it. It took them around 18 minutes to have chances. But I will say, from an Arsenal perspective, even when we were 2-0 ahead within the first couple of initial stages, I did feel that there was opportunities for Bournemouth, because you could see because we're playing 3 at the back and Kola has to go forward and Jenkinson, and we're enjoying it. You could see possible counters. I was seeing Smith make a run. I was seeing, is it Musette? I can't say his name. Ironically, he scored, but his runs off the ball in the first half. Josh King had a header. So there were signs for me that Bournemouth could get something out of the game, and you saw very early on Eddie Howe switched their formation, and when they switched that, they started to have more of a goal. They started to make more of a meal of it. They started to playing the ball around rather than just looking resigned to defeat and lost damage limitation, better yet. Don't know where I got the 8th minute from, but in the for the second, it was in the 27th, like I said at the beginning. I'm tired, people. But in the 18th minute, Leno had to make a big save, and again, it's showing you things like you obviously saw Fraser was getting in behind, and Fraser got in behind, and it's a big save from Leno. To be honest, we're at Leno's mercy essentially, and it's a big save. And to be fair, the last couple of games, Leno's probably been let down by our defence in terms of clean sheets. He deserved one today, and he got let down. And not to just big up Leno, because Leno, that was a big save, but Koscielny in the follow-up to that big blockage, sliding tackle, whatever you want to call it, to deny the follow-up. So it could have went a different way. Other than that, and the formation change, we're good for it essentially. Like I said, we've done our thing for the first 20 minutes essentially, but I'd say from the 20th minute to probably when we scored our second, Bournemouth are having a go at us, people. They're starting to get in I wouldn't say get in the game, but they're starting to show what we've come to expect a bit from Bournemouth in terms of progressiveness. And we, like I said, we kind of hit them, for me anyways, I wouldn't say we hit them on the break, but we kind of hit them against the run of play essentially, and it was almost a goal out of nothing in that they invented their own downfall. Adam Smith, I believe it is, forgive me if I'm wrong, 27th minute, he's caught playing a silly pass. Mkhitaryan's very proactive, counter-attack, we start to move, it starts with Mkhitaryan, Ozil plays it back, it falls to him, it's 2-0, we're good for it, and you're thinking we just need a third because 2-0 is a dangerous lead. Only bad thing I'd say on this game is that 3 minutes later we've conceded. Now obviously we won 5-1 and we've got Spurs and Spurs have lost, and there's many other headlines and things like that, Mesut Ozil, Mkhitaryan's performances. But we, historically as a football club, when we concede, whether it was them days there that we'll concede one against a side and then they'll quickly score a second, we'll score one and then another team scores. So psychologically, we kind of need to improve in that regards. Even if you go back to Old Trafford, Manchester United away, what was it when Lingard scored, when we just essentially just scored. So things like that, we really need to kind of fix up our approach essentially. Other than that, I feel we're good for it. It's a bit of a nervy end to the first half in my opinion anyways. In my opinion, and we invented, to be honest, when they scored and made it 2-1 in the 30th minute, 3 minutes later, we might as well get in depth about that. We invented that for ourselves. Obviously, I don't feel it's Leno's fault, but if I look at the ball game again, maybe Leno, you should know your teammate Guendouzi's a bit naive, putting him in that situation. You can see what happens, but it's not Leno's fault. I've said it before. I love Guendouzi. Don't want to hype him up and stuff. You lot know I've spoken about him. I love his confidence, and it was after he made the mistake. I feel it's testament that he kept trying to play, kept playing nice passes. But I've been saying an issue of his is that he holds on to the ball too long. He's near his own area. You can't hold on to the ball there. You get past the ball in danger. You need to distribute it. He gets caught next to his own area essentially, and he's looking to the ref. You can't keep doing that. You can't snitch essentially. What he needs to do is stop snitching, because what he's doing at this moment in time is what I see a lot of academy and young footballers do. They know the ref's gonna blow. It's not gonna do that. Play to the whistle. He's there essentially on his bum. Musette or whatever his name is eventually finishes it, and it's 2-1, and Bournemouth have got some encouragement to be in the game. And similar to Bournemouth, we invented our own downfall, and there was a period where I wouldn't say we were conceding chances, but you was a bit nervous because both sides were kind of freely just cutting through the other, to be fair. Like I said, that's the only thing I can see problem with, is that we conceded 3 minutes after scoring. Other than that, we were at it in my opinion, man. I feel we should have had a penalty. What was it, Socrates? It was probably 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, but I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm always going to call that sort of stuff, people. But where's my other notes? Yeah, going into half-time now. Just checking. Yeah, we're good, people. Going into half-time, like I've already told you, the first 10 to 15, I felt we was all over it. I feel after the first 20 to actually when we scored the second, they had a good passage of play. We obviously let ourselves down after scoring the second to concede another, but we looked good for it. I feel we were playing good football. I feel playing out from the back, it's all there. The players looked up for it, man to a man essentially. I feel we're playing all right, to be fair. You just want to see us score. You just want to see us get some more breathing space. I've already told you my feelings in regards to Guendouzi, and to be honest, at 2-1, like I said, there's enough encouragement from Bournemouth. You're seeing Musette, I keep butchering his name, making runs. You're seeing Fraser's opportunities. Josh King headed over the bar and is typically a nuisance, and obviously he tried to, I thought it was a penalty at first when he dived in the first half. I thought it was a penalty, people. Midfield runners, all of them players I just named have all made runs from in the first half from deep positions at times, and they weren't picked up, whether it was on the left hand side or centrally or down our right essentially, people. Second half though, going into this, obviously people, I wanted to probably see a bit more from Aubameyang, and I felt Mkhitaryan's one of the players on the field that's playing amazing, But I did feel, considering going into the Spurs game, considering the amount of football he's played, maybe he's one to possibly be sacrificed early on in the second half for Lacazette, because I feel Aubameyang looked like he needed that sort of person. Ball wasn't quite sticking with him. We started off very strongly in the second half, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure people at the stadium probably didn't even get back from buying their hot dog and pints. It's a good free kick move initially. We get a free kick from a wide area. I think the initial routine broke down, but we showed good patience, obviously. Long story short, the ball, I think, is technically Mkhitaryan's assist. We scored so many, I can't keep up. Eventually, it falls to Koscielny, and it's a striker's finish from Koscielny, man. It's another goal for him. It's 3-1. We've got the breathing space, and we can have some fun. Aubameyang looks up for it in this half as well. For me, people, Ozil's up for it. I feel Ozil tracked back a lot today, first half, especially on the left-hand side at times. I feel the players are linking up. Mkhitaryan's enjoying it. Ozil hit the post in the 54th minute or something like that. Aubameyang, shortly after that, was returned the favour from Ozil, and I can't understand how he didn't score then. Mkhitaryan had a couple of efforts throughout the whole game. Lacazette, when he came on as well. Second half, we were really enjoying ourselves, in my opinion, people. I have to find my notes where I wrote down our goals, to be fair with you, because we lost. Yeah, we did a madness. Obviously, 4-1, 59th minute, Mkhitaryan? Aubameyang obviously scored. Mkhitaryan, it's a lovely dribble and a lovely ball to put him through, to be fair with you. Don't get it twisted, Aubameyang had a lot to do. He went round the keeper and slotted it, but Mkhitaryan deserves another assist. He ran the show today, essentially. And again, surely he's one of the first names on the team sheet in regards to Spurs. Apologies, people, the TV's on. You're probably seeing a mad flash now. I can't control that. 1 second, I didn't even... Another one there, you don't even factor in them things there, people. But yeah, it's 4-1. We're mocking it. We're having fun with it. They're resigned to defeat. You saw another change in terms of their tactical setup. They went 3 at the back. 5-1, obviously, when Lacazette came on in the substitutions, the game was already dead, and you could see our players were going to have a bit of fun with it. And Lacazette, it's a lovely free kick. I mean, I'm going to pretend that free kick is better than Cristiano Ronaldo's against Portsmouth, to be honest with you, people. Obviously, we know it's not, but... Bournemouth could have done better, but I'll take that. My fantasy points, I get some fantasy Premier League points. I mean, I was quite annoyed when, not annoyed people, but I saw Lacazette was on the bench. I was like, oh, I'm not going to get no points. I'm stressing. Lacazette, it's a lovely free kick and it's an icing on top of the cake. But on a serious note, man to a man, apart from the goal we conceded, I feel we played all right. We did what we did. We did what we could in terms of getting the 3 points. It's a game we should be expected to win, and we delivered. Probably want to keep another clean sheet because we've only got 5 this campaign. But we did what we did, man. I mean, Aubameyang, Lacazette, Mesut Ozil, Mkhitaryan on the score sheet. Good attacking football as you'd expect at the Emirates. I think it's Unai Emery's highest win at the Emirates, and we've only lost once at the Emirates. So our home form is good, as we know. And what can I say? We just move forward away from home at Wembley now in regards to Spurs. Again, at this moment in time, it was 2-0 to Chelsea. So I'm going to assume Chelsea have won that. Spurs are 2 back-to-back defeats now. There's going to be a lot of pressure, and their fans are going to demand that they react against us. So it's not going to be an easy game. But for that game, it's for another day. All we can do is win. We did that. Obviously, United came through against Palace. Chelsea got a big 3 points against Spurs. So it's tight. It's getting quite hot in regards to the top 4 race. But in regards to Arsenal's 5-1 victory against Bournemouth, people deluded. Let me get out of here. Thank you for watching.